Okay, hi everyone. Welcome to tonight's team training. We're recording obviously so that those who can't jump on can watch it back later. And we're super excited that we have Adam Westwick who's joining us tonight on team training and every other Tuesday night for the month of November. So we're so grateful, Adam, that you've investing your time into us and into our team, and we can't wait to have a chat and get inspired.
Awesome. I better perform then, huh?
Yeah, pressure's on.
No pressure.
No pressure.
I just honestly, I know I say this every time I get on this team's call when I do connect with you guys, but you guys are doing a freaking amazing job. I think you guys did like $42,000 in sales in this team or something last month. Is that right, Carly?
Yeah, 42, 43.
42,000's freaking epic. It's amazing. You guys got no idea. I showed Kylie, honestly, and you guys are all a part of that. So you guys, every single one of you guys make that shit happen. I showed Kylie, I'm like, babe, when I went QNMD, you're like, your team is like a month ahead of where my team was at the same point. So you guys are you're on the right path. You guys are doing such a great job. And I promise you that if you stay in line, keep doing the do and keep showing up, and you've got to show up, okay? You can't pretend you're showing up. You've got to always show up. You can't sort of like, I get on Zoom every week. That doesn't work. You've got to actually go and do the work. That I'm telling you that you girls are all destined for great stuff. You guys think about the people that you probably look at in the business, like the likes of, I don't know, Kira and Lauren and Lorian, and all those guys. But you guys are those people in Kylie's team right now. You guys understand that? So where those guys are right now, you guys are literally, 6, 9, 12 months behind those guys where they're in their timeline to the business. And I think sometimes it's very easy to put some of these people up on a pedestal and go, oh my God, they're so amazing and look what they've done and if only. But honestly, the guys don't have to do that. It's like, honestly, go grab it, go get it if you want it. The one thing that I really wanted to maybe spend the time with you guys tonight on, because you guys are going to have to see my ugly head for the month. I'm sorry about that, but I am really committed to help you guys get the best results out of this team that we can, and really work with those people that have got their hand up and they're saying, you know what, I'm ready to do this and go all the way. But one thing I want to help you guys with tonight is really that you get laser focused on what you want to create in your business in the next 90 days. Okay. So and I think more importantly, like, what's a significant milestone? And I know some of the girls are coming already, they've said, but Anaheim in the USA, like, who wants to come to America? Let's have an awesome party in April in US. I know for me, when I went to the US conference for the first time, it really did blow my mind away of, 8,000 plus people all converging, all these Juice Plus people to one place. And I know that next April is definitely going to be the biggest Aussie contingent ever to go to the US. And even I would like to think that we have 150 freestyle members on planes and going to freestyle, and let's make so much noise they wish they never invited us ever again, and have a really good time. So it's Disneyland. Anaheim is Disneyland and all that fun stuff. So I know some of us are bringing our kids, and you create a party and you do all that sort of stuff. And I know many of you guys are mamas, so I'm juggling this with your kids. I don't know about you guys, but maybe it's a fun family goal of going to Anaheim in April. Could be something that you put on your vision board, goal board. And then I think some of you guys are thinking, dude, you are on crack. Are you kidding me? You got on here to tell me I'm going to go to the US in the next 6 months. And my thing is, the question that I think always is, what would need to happen for you to be able to go to conference, or forget conference, just what would need to happen for you to take your business to the next level? What would you need to do? Who would you have to become to really become the person that you know that you're destined to be if you want? Every single one of you guys has got greatness inside you. It's just whether you decide to tap into it, or if you want to keep running the story that it can't be me. I don't need to carry on about Kira's story, but most of you guys know Kira's story. That's definitely a girl that didn't believe in herself, and she's now having stupid amounts of money months. And I can tell you, most of you girls are more outgoing than she probably will ever be. So if you don't think that you can be one of those people, I wish I could come through the screen right now and give you a good slap around and say, wake up to yourself, because you can be. It's just whether you decide. And honestly, the first step is deciding that enough's enough and I'm ready to be successful. And whether you're brand new here, and I know some of you girls have been here for a while, you girls can do this thing. And I tell you, I've got better things to do on a Tuesday night these days than get on Zoom calls and fill your pockets with bullshit. I'm here to help you girls get results, and I'm going to make sure you guys get results in the next month. But what I want you guys to do is help you guys get vision and focus of what you want to create in the next 6 months. So if you've got a pen and paper there, because I know a pen and paper is really important, because writing stuff down is a whole lot more important than, oh yeah, I'll remember it one day, is that if in the next 6 months there was a figure that was going to land in your bank account that would put a smile on your face, would make the next 6 months of effort and consistency worthwhile, what figure would that look like? What figure would you love to see turn up month to month that would put a smile on your face, that would make you get off your ass and do shit? Not like, don't give me honestly, in 6 months time, there's $1,000 turning up in your bank account every month, and it's not going to get you excited to get out of your comfort zone and go for this thing. From my experience, right? Unless you're living in Papua New Guinea, and $1,000 means a lot, but right. So $1,000, honestly, here in Australia doesn't last too much. But honestly, girls, I want to give you girls the chance to just dream a little bit, think about what could be possible, and ask, what does it look like in 6 months' time? And I want the number that you wrote down on the paper, I want it to be something that when you're writing it, it actually makes you smile, like, oh my goodness, if that could happen, that would be amazing. And then what I want you to write is 2 things how life would be different if that money was landing in your bank account every month. 2 things how life would be different. How would you be able to go back to part-time at work? Yeah, a big smile is a good thing. So would you be able to quit your full-time job? Would you be able to go back to part-time? Would it mean that you guys could get yourself out of a shitty financial situation you're in? What does it mean if that money is rolling into your bank account every month? The thing that I know is it's not very often that people, when they get to that point, that their check starts to go backwards. It starts to climb. So if you think you're excited about that number, honestly, that number's the hardest number. Probably the first $2,000 and the first $4,000 landing in your bank account for the month are the hardest. Now, what I know, guys, if you get out of the mentality, the worker's mentality, and you take on the business owner mentality, because you guys have got a business, what you've got to understand is in the beginning, it's where it gets hard. And it's where most people aren't prepared to put in the work, because they think they're still in this game of trading time for money. You guys, to be successful in this, you've got to stop thinking about trading time for money. And you've got to think about that this is your long-term investment strategy. And long-term investment strategy, like when I say long-term, in the next 2 years, 3 years, it could be $100,000+ a month, a year income, not a month, a year income. It could be a month. Who knows what happens in your business? But it could be $100,000+ a year income. If you knew, like, honestly, be honest with me. If you knew that in the next 6 months, that figure was guaranteed to turn up in your bank account, was guaranteed to turn up in your bank account, would you at least put an hour a day into this business? Would you put it at? Because if that figure doesn't equate to, I'm prepared to put an hour every day into this for the next 6 months, to know that figure is going to land my bank account. If you're not prepared to do that, then that figure ain't big enough for you, or it doesn't get you excited enough. But honestly, girls, what I know is those that play this game, and this business is a game. And if you're not having fun playing the game, then you're doing it wrong. And stop taking it so serious and get over it. And people are going to say no, and people are going to say shitty things. And you know what? People said shitty things to me in the beginning too, and stuff, and the neg ferrets and everything else. But you know what? I don't hear any neg ferrets anymore. They might be saying shit behind my back, but I don't care. And I definitely wasn't thinking about them a couple of weeks ago when I was on my mate's private jet flying to the Whitsundays. I definitely didn't think about them then. You guys get that? That if you're going to be affected by 1, 2, 5 people's shitty opinions, and most of them are poor and have shitty lives, and you're going to take their opinion on board and get them, like, let it affect you, seriously, you can't be that silly. The only people that, unless they have got a life, this is the thing about neg ferrets, right? Unless they are living a life that you admire and you want, then I wouldn't be listening to their opinion. Unless you believe that they've got the thing that can give you, or they're going to, if you listen, okay, I'll listen to you and I won't do this thing, but can you make sure that you can put that figure that I wrote on the paper in my bank account in the next 6 months? Is that okay if I listen to you? No, they won't. So stop listening to them. And stop trying to convince them otherwise. And that might be the person that you lay next to in your bed every night. Stop trying to convince them. Stop trying to convince them. It's not your job to try to convince anyone. Your job is to lift the weights. Lift the weights, go to work, and prove it to yourself. Prove it to the person that you go to bed with. Prove it to the people around you that you can be successful at this thing. And I think, honestly, when we get affected by people's opinions, is because deep down, there's this seeded thing that's like eating you away also, that you actually share some of their opinion. And you hate to admit it, but you they sound like me. Like, I can't do this. So when someone says to you, you can't do this, and you get affected by that, honestly, deep down, I want to challenge you guys, but I believe that you actually believe them. And that's why it affects you. And so you've got to look deep and say, you know what, why don't I believe in myself? What do I need to do to build more belief? What do I need to do to build my confidence? I can tell you one thing that you should be doing, and that's get around this community at least 2 to 3 times a week. 2 to 3 times a week. Get on the training. If you've got a live event in your area, get to the live event. Do you think it's a coincidence that Kylie's business in the last 2 to 3 months has all of a sudden gone like this? Like, she had a $10,000 payline jump last month or something like that. Do you think it's any coincidence that in the last 2 to 3 months that she's embraced the industry and she's got to the events and she's gone to other industry events, and then all of a sudden her business is starting to, like, that's not a coincidence. That's what happens when you decide to immerse yourself in this. If you guys are serious that you want to be successful at this thing and you want to go all the way, then you got to treat it like a business. You can't expect to treat it like a hobby and expect it to pay you like a career. Hobbies cost money, right? I do it when I get time. Oh, I'll get around to that. But if you put this high on your priority list, and I'm probably preaching to the converted, because you guys are the ones at the Zoom event, but I know it resonates with many of you guys because I know there's certain parts of this business that you're not quite showing up to every week. You know, I get on the Zoom, I'm here. I didn't invite anyone, but I'm here. Like, you know, and I think it's awesome that you girls are here. But by just showing up to this event for the next 12 months and not doing anything outside of this, then expect that you're going to have some great relationships here and you're going to create some great bonds. And if you came here to just be around a great community and love that, then be okay with that. And we love you guys exactly where you're at like that. I love this community too. If that's why you're here and you love getting on this because you like being around positive people, then that's awesome. But if you really want that figure to land in your bank account, then you're going to have to do shit. And you're going to have to get yourself out of the way and stop worrying about what people think and what people might say. Because what I know is over time, you're going to attract more and more amazing people into your life And some of those people that had an opinion back then might even join your team later on. Kylie? You guys know that Kylie had an opinion. Well, I don't often tell her, but I was right.
Whatever, Adam.
Right? But so the thing is, guys, is that Kylie had a reason. She's like, "Ooh, as if this thing's going to work. Like, come on, I've seen so many people do these things, as if, whatever. I'll come to your stupid event, go home. Oh my God, he's off my back now. I didn't annoy her. I just got good at sharing stories, just dropping little, I'm shutting my gym. Can I bring some clients into your gym? Is that okay?" And then it's those stories. So honestly, what you're going home at 9:30? Yeah, this is definitely not my main income anymore. Juice Plus is, and it's those stories and people get. So the thing is, guys, if you keep lifting the weights, the naysayers get less and less. And I'm not saying that you guys got naysayers, and I don't want to spend loads of time there, but you got to ask your question: what's holding you back? How many guys are mums right now? They've got kids. How many mums do we have? There's lots of mamas here, right? This is what I'll say to you guys. Is if you can't do it for yourself, do it for your kids. And if the days, and I'm not sure if I shared it with someone in your team today, Kylie, but it's definitely something that I'm reminded of. The days that you feel like you can't do it, I'm going to give you two options. Either get yourself out of your way and go and do something, or go and look your kids in the eyes and tell them that I just can't be asked giving us the life that we truly deserve. And I'm sorry. And see how that feels. And I think you might find something inside you that might just pick you back up and say, you know what? I don't want to let my kids down. I don't want to let my family down. And I know that we can do this because I know that you deserve better than what you've got right now. And I also know that you can almost taste what it can be. You can almost taste it. So no more holding yourself back. No more worrying about what people think. It's about getting clear about what you girls want. And the thing is, girls, some of you girls have got team and you're wondering why your team aren't doing stuff. You're wondering why they're not showing up on these Zooms. You're wondering why, why won't they do this? But the thing is, so many of you guys don't have clear vision and focus and where you're going to be in the next 6 months. So how do you expect them? The thing is, guys, when you're certain of where you're going and when you make a decision that kids are going to bed, hopefully, fuck it, I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to be successful. What if every day you said, it's not a choice, it's not a matter of if or when, it's not a matter of if I'm going to be successful, it's a matter of when. It's a choice that I'm going to do this thing, I'm going to be successful, I'm going to go all the way, and I'm prepared to do whatever it takes. The thing is, girls, is that when you get clear on what you want, you get clear on where you're going and you know where you're going, tell me, when you come across a woman like that, do you want to be a part of what she's doing? You just want to follow her. You're like, whatever she's doing, I've got no idea what she's doing, but she looks like she's on a mission. She looks like she's on this like path of certainty, and I want to be a part of that. You got to look at yourself right now and ask yourself, would you join your team right now? If you approached you right now and said, come join my team, I don't know if I'm going to be successful. I don't know if I'm going to go all the way. I kind of do it sometimes and then I don't. Would you honestly join your team right now? So the thing is, for you to attract amazing people, I'm telling you, the people that you've attracted right now is who you ask for. And the thing is, if you want to attract amazing people in your business, then you've got to start showing up to be that person and fake it till you make it. I definitely faked it until I made it. Deep down, there's a part of me that's like, I don't know if I'm going to be successful, but freaking I'm going to choose to. And right from the beginning, I'm like, let's do this thing. The thing is, guys, this business is so easier right now, so much easier right now than it was 2 years ago. Because 2 years ago when I started this thing, there was no stories. Like people were taking like 4 years to get to NMD. 4 years. And then I was trying to like shit, but then we had stories of the UK and it was.
Oh dear.
Whoopsie days.
That's all right. He'll jump back on in a second, hopefully.
We weren't attracting him.
Fuck is awesome.
Becca love it.
Oh.
I need to dress differently for Zoom.
Yeah, look at Kylie. She's got no clothes on.
I know.
Wait.
Carly, I must admit, I shot the girls a message before going, Carly doesn't have clothes on.
And she.
Me too. But if I put it down like that, then I cut my head off. I don't know.
Your shoulders look really nice.
You're just showing off your juicy body.
Yeah.
You want a body like this, you got to join our team, girls.
His cousin Katie, look.
Yeah.
Hi, Dave.
Hey, Dave, I'm not on mute. I can
Oh.
actually hear you.
Hi, girls.
Hopefully he'll jump back on. Otherwise, we'll.
Yeah, so we've only got 10 minutes and Adam and I are on another.
Oh, he said he's coming.
I can mentor the girls if you want.
He said.
Dave mentor.
Did you hear that? Sorry, Dave. They chose Adam over you tonight.
We were such in the zone. It was lucky he was like the Pied Piper.
I know, we were all in a trance. We're just like,
We were.
oh, here he is.
The Adam effect.
Yeah.
And we were all in a trance, Adam, just like really taking in exactly what you're saying, and then you were gone.
Gone. Sorry, my battery went flat on my laptop.
Oh.
I was like, I went black. What happened? Funny. Like I know I was getting passionate. I'm like, I thought it was like a power surge in my laptop. I'm like,
Dave said he would take over.
What, Kylie?
Can I just ask you a question? It's totally off what we're doing, but it's about team
Yeah.
it is a training thing. And I've never come across it, so I just want to know, and all the girls might come across this, but some of the girls have started sharing the JBT Christmas guide, like, you know, just excitement, and someone has commented saying, pretty please, that strawberry salad looks interesting. Now, this person already buys Juice Plus of somebody else, and we don't know if it's in, obviously it's not in freestyle because they don't have this. How do you respond to that?
I just start a combo. I just say, hey, thanks for taking an interest, and can I just understand? It sounds like you take Juice Plus, and can I ask you a part of the JBT program? You know, who shared the business with you, and just say if they kind of like, no, I buy it off someone else. You're like, look, it's part of our team's program. We have an amazing online program, and it's just for all our customers. That's it.
Cool. There you
And
go.
if they don't,
No salad for you.
what's that? No. No strawberry salad for you. I love it. But you could, but you'd need to cancel your order. No.
Cancel.
What's that?
You don't even need to cancel.
No, you can order shakes off me and complete a premium off someone else. I didn't say that though. I might get in trouble for telling you guys to do that stuff. And this is recorded, so
Are we telling?
But I kind of stay on task. I think I'm glad I took a breath because I was probably getting a bit intense there. And some of you girls, the first time you've heard me, and you're like, holy shit, what are we in for this month? But honestly, girls, I just want to help you girls. I want to help you girls get your stake back in the ground. And, you know, whether you're just getting here, you just started, you know, I know Maddie's on here and it's like her first time on this train. She's like, holy shit, this dude's intense. Like we've already had a call already today and she's like, shut up. But I think the thing is, guys, it's about always remembering why you're here. I think it's important that you remember why you're here, and on the shitty days, the tough days, you remember that. And I think it's important that you've got it up in front of you and you remind yourself what your goals are in the next, 30, 60, 90 days. And when I say goals, I know the positions are exciting and it's good to get focused on positions, but what do the positions mean? What does it mean as a sum of money that really start to help you get more of what you want? Let's face it, you get a little pin with sales coordinator. That's all you get. You get a certificate. If certificates and pins get you really excited, then maybe that is your goal. But if it's the money side and what that position means financially and where it takes you to your next business and that sort of thing, then I really want you guys to get focused on, where are you at and where you want to be. And honestly, 12 months in this business, girls, no matter where you're at, I've seen so many people transform their life in 12 months in this business. And it really is up to you guys to get clear, focused on what you want to do. And I think once you know what you want in the next 6 months, and I would encourage that you guys, once you understand what your goals are, is that you reach out to your upline and you make your upline aware of them. It's not their job to help. It's not their job to achieve those goals for you, but I'd like to think that they're thinking about where they want their business, and they're looking for people with their hands up right now who they are going to work with and go and help them achieve. So you guys know, and I always say this, and success of my business was definitely not about me trying to achieve my goals, but more importantly, trying to help my frontline, the people that I introduce to the business, help them achieve their goals. And when you guys get really focused on this business, is about helping people not only with health and, getting on the products and doing that, but also helping people create more freedom, more choices, whatever it is for them. I asked Tanika today, and, probably the reason why I brought this up is I asked her today, what is your team? What does that team member want to achieve? And she said something about she wants to quit her job. And I said, but what does that mean financially, Tanika? And she said, I don't think I know that. And I'm like, and you wonder why sometimes she turns up and sometimes she doesn't. Do you understand that? Do you understand that you got to understand what that actual thing is? It's so easy to say wishy-washy goals. Like people will say, I want financial freedom. It's like the biggest BS one-liner I've ever heard in my life. What does financial freedom mean? I think you guys have heard me say this. Like, it's not like you're flying like an eagle with dollar bills as wings or something like that. I don't know what, that's what I envisage, just flying free with money no, what does that mean? What figure needs to go in? I was listening to an Anthony Robbins money talk thing this morning, and he talked about that, about investment. When you can invest enough money that your investments are paying you more than your full-time job. That's when you know that you are financially secure, that you can not have to you don't have to go to work anymore. But what does that figure have to be? If you want to create financial freedom, financial certainty with this business, then what does that figure need to be? And put it up somewhere. Put it up somewhere, because when you put it up somewhere and you start to manifest it, you watch what happens. You watch what starts to happen. I think it's important that you guys set a goal that you feel like's achievable. There is no use putting up some blue sky freaking crazy number that you in your soul doesn't even believe that you can do it. It might scare you a little, but you still need to believe to some degree that you can achieve it. Because if you don't truly believe it, on the days that get hard or when you get distractions or stuff comes up, is that you'll think, I can't do that thing anyway. It was like, it sounded like a good idea. It kind of made my upline happy that I said that, but I don't even believe it. So, guys, I don't think did I share I think I shared on the last call about Kira's check and Kira's check on her vision board. Did I share that just before? You guys know about Kira's check. So Kira, at the beginning of the year, myself, Kira, and our 2 kids did a vision board each, right? The kids did Disneyland and all the things and freaking, things they want to do and all that stuff. And then I did one, obviously play golf and do fun stuff where I wanted to do. And then Kira did one. And one of the things that she did, she had her bag goals. She's a bit obsessed with bags these days. And the other thing is that she put a check in the middle of the vision board. She printed it. You guys can go to Google Images and write blank check. And there's lots of Google images of a blank check. She printed one out and she wrote the figure the check that she wanted to see land in her bank account by a certain time. Now, she wrote $20,000 check by the end of this year. And I knew that she could achieve a lot quicker than that, but it's not my job to say, baby, you can do better than that. It was just like, good. It was where her belief was. That's what she felt like was achievable. By March or April this year, she achieved that $20,000 check for the month. So what did she do? She started to build her belief. She's like, shit, I better change this thing. I understand the laws of the universe and universal attraction. So she changed it to 30K. And last month just gone, she achieved, although she's achieved $30,000 months in the past with bonuses and stuff like that, last month her commission check was over $30,000. Now, being greedy, as we all are, and we start to build belief, well, if 30,000 is achievable, then she was like, I better change that freaking check quickly so I don't get stuck at 30,000. So she crossed it out and she put 40,000. We're all in our own journey. I'm not asking you guys that you need to go and write a check of 40,000, and I don't share that story to trying to impress you, but really to share the journey of right now where you're at in your business and whatever your goals are perfect. They've got to scare you a little bit. They've got to inspire you and get you hungry. But every single one of you girls can achieve whatever you want if you decide enough's enough. That's it. I'm doing this thing. But you got to decide I'm doing it. I'm not going to give it a go. I might, I'll try. It doesn't work that way. When you try to do shit, it's half-assed. When you decide there is no choice, I am going to choose to be successful and I'm going to rock this thing, that's when things happen. I know you girls know that because women can do amazing things when they really want to. You girls give birth to freaking human being like it's crazy. How the hell do you do that? I've got no idea. But when you put, I know you girls know, when you put your mind in a place of certainty that I'm going to get this thing done, you girls can do amazing things. So imagine
pretty sure it's, Adam, bit of a hot tip. I'm pretty sure it just happens without trying.
Oh, really? You don't have a choice?
No.
This thing's coming.
Yeah.
I don't know. You girls find a way to get it out even when you feel like you can't. But honestly, girls, what if it was that easy? What if for the month of November, while we spend this time, and I'm telling you, I'm not going away after November. Like, I'm here to help this team go all the way to 100 Club. The thing is, what I want to ask you guys, what part of 100 Club is your business going to be of this team? And then once we get, once we get Team Believe there, then when are you going to be lining up to go 100 Club? And then we're going to be helping you and your team go to 100 Club. Because every single one of you guys can get it if you want it. And to give you guys a last parting, just to understand the fathom of what you guys are involved in and why this is such good timing. Cheryl Cortese, you guys know Cheryl Cortese? Do you know who she is? She's the #1 female earner in the world for Juice Plus. She is now, if you guys want to get on our Thursday day event, it's on at 1 o'clock Queensland time. We do an event into North America, and I've teamed up with Cheryl's nephew, Josh. He's a very good-looking young lad. He was on, I think he was on CSI or something, LA or something. He was on that recently. He's very good-looking, Tracy. I can see Tracy's excited. But he's a very cool dude, and I like him a lot. He wasn't on CSI before, when I first got to know him, and he's recently done a stint on that. He's a bit too cool, but he's a great guy, and I really want to help him. And I said to him when I saw him in the US a couple of weeks ago, I said, dude, I want to team up and do an event for the West Coast of US. Will you team up with me? Let's do it. So he gets on, and then Cheryl gets on. Cheryl Cortese. Like, Cheryl's earning $350,000 a month doing our business. She was a single mum. when she started this business at the age of 40 with 4 kids, now earning $350,000. She was a school teacher, right? So she was just an average mama willing to have a crack. 27 years on, she's now earning about lots of money, right? So she gets on our call the other night, or the other day, their night. And she asked me at the end of it, she goes, Adam, if you don't mind, I would love to get on this event every week. So I'm like, are you kidding me, Cheryl? She's like, I want to get on this event every week. I want to learn what you guys are doing. And I said, really, Cheryl? And she's like, Adam, what you guys have done in the last 2 years, what this team, what you guys have done, took me 10 years to do. What took us, this team, what you guys are a part of, what you've created in the last 2 years, took Cheryl, who's earning $350,000 a month, it took her 10 years. If that isn't a good enough sign to say that what you guys are doing is freaking epic and you are on the right freight train, you just got to make sure that while you're on this freight train, that instead of just sitting back as a passenger, that you get up and steer this thing as hard as everyone else. And I can promise you that many of you guys are going to have some amazing stories. And I'm committed that I'm here to help you guys every step of the way. So what I want to say to you guys, you've got your 6-month goal. I want you to reverse engineer it over the next 24 hours and work out where you'll be in the next 3 months and then where you're going to be in the next 30 days. Or not 30 days, 22 days. Where are you going to be by the end of November? What are you going to make happen in your business? Where are you going to get your business? What does that mean financially? Well, how would that help? Think about Christmas. How many of you guys would love to put $1,000 to $2,000 extra in your bank account before Christmas? You know, I said this to someone the other day. Oh, of course, right? Imagine you put $1,000 in your bank account. Every single one of you guys put at least $1,000 in your bank account from this business in the next 22 days, right? The thing is, guys, imagine this. Imagine that you treated yourself to a nice bottle of champagne on Christmas Day, and you're probably going to be hanging out with some people that had some opinion about this, right? But you crack open the Verve, and you just sip it, and they ask you, how the hell can you afford that shit? And you say, oh, you know that online business that you think's crazy? Yeah, that. But, you know, you're right. It's not really your thing. It's all good. And it tastes a whole lot better when it's bubbling in your mouth and they're like, what? Right? So if that's what drives you, that's what drives you. But thank you so much, guys, for connecting. But honestly, set your vision, set your focus. I'm looking forward to connecting with you guys every Tuesday. This will be a thing. I will not.
I have a really quick question before you
go for it. Go for it.
If we've got goals, how do you actually break it down to daily, weekly, so you're making that money? And
I think, Tony, I would say that your uplines could definitely. That's what I think. I'm glad you reminded me of that. I think what's important is. Yeah, totally. And most of you guys don't know how to put $1,000 in your bank account. You're like, Adam, yeah, $1,000. Yeah, where the hell does that come from? But think about this. If you're not an STBF yet and you're still in your first 40 days, then there is a $400 bonus right there. If you can do STBF in the next 22 days, who said you can't help 1 or 2 other people do that also? You know, if you were to help 2 people get to STBF in the next 22 days, and that can happen, guys. I've seen STBFs happen in like 48 hours. So it can happen in like 22 days. But who do you need to reach out to? Who do you need to share the link with? Who do you need to follow up that you could get them to come and watch an event, then put them in front of your leaders, let them help you with the 3-way call and help them get started. The thing is, guys, if you were able to get someone started in the next week, you could help them put $1,000 in their bank account before Christmas. You know, who would you love to help get out of their shitty financial position in the next 22 days and help them put some extra money in their bank account? Maybe it's just about reaching out and saying, you know what, babe, I've been thinking about you. I'm not sure if you've noticed, but I've recently started an online business. I couldn't help to think that it might be something that really resonates with you and help you in the situation you've recently told me about. If I was to send you a link to something to just take a look at, would you at least take the time to have a look at it? That's it.
Yeah.
And then honestly, map it out. Reach out to your uplines. You think about you get to SDBF if you're not already, it's $400 bonus. Teach 2 people how to get to SDBF that are frontline to you in the next 3 weeks. Then guess what? You're going to be a sales coordinator. And you know the best thing about our business is when you teach someone to get to SDBF, you get the $400 bonus they get also. So there's $400 plus $400 plus sales coordinators a $600 bonus. So right there's $1,400 of bonuses alone for you guys that are SDBFs already right now in the next 22 days. On top of that, remember, you've got retail and commission. So literally, if I said to you that you have the potential to earn $1,500 to $2,000 in the next 22 days, I want to ask you this question. What would you be prepared to do? What would you be prepared to do? What if you treated this like there was $2,000 waiting in an envelope for you and all you needed to do is just do the do? What if you just treat it like that? Okay, he said reach out to 5 people every day to put $2,000 in my bank. I'm going to do that shit.
Yeah.
I'm going to do that. The thing I know is if you guys don't go to work and you don't go for it, you don't get hungry, guess what? It's not going to happen. And you can go and have a little pity party and, you know, go, oh, why isn't it working and blah, blah, blah. But, you know, Linda, my upline, said the most greatest thing that I loved at conference, you can't complain about the results you didn't get based on the work that you never did. You guys know what to do. You reach out to people, If you're not talking to people, and I'm not saying go and annoy the shit out of people, I'm saying just reach out and see where people are at. You know the people that this could work for. Find out where they're at and just say, I don't know about you, but this makes sense to me. Can I send you a link? Just check it out. I don't know. And if it resonates in any way, let's connect. Let's talk. Every single one of you guys could do that. I know there's people that you have thought of that you're too chicken to reach out and reach out to. Don't have the same experience that Kylie had in the last 6 months where she was too worried about what other people will think, and then some of her friends went and joined another business. I'm telling you guys, in the next 2, 3, 5 years, people will not be talking about if you do multi-level marketing or not. Honestly, they will not. They'll be talking about what company do you do it with. Do yourself a favor and get your friends, get your people around you, not your friends, just people around you, people that you care about, and just give them an opportunity to have a look at this. I'm telling you that you're not the only crazy one in this world. You're not. Most of you guys were a skeptic too. So stop worrying about them being skeptical because you're one of them too, and just get yourself out of the way. And I promise you that shit happens when you turn up.
Yep. Awesome.
Hope you guys can sleep tonight. It's great to connect. And I look see you guys next week. And I'm in Team Believe. So if you guys have got any questions that you feel like relative to me, just like write Adam at the top of the message first. Say Adam. It'll get my attention. Maybe in capital letters so I can see it. And then I can help you guys in any way. You guys are amazing leaders, honestly. You guys got amazing leaders. And I know you guys are destined for greatness, and you know, go and grab what's yours and go for it.
Thanks so much, Adam.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Talk soon.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye. Sorry, girls, I've got to run.